Hello, everyone. Good morning. A pleasant morning to you all. Olaniyi King here, and hope you're having a pleasant Saturday and a restful one indeed. Yeah, no one is live. No one is coming up live here, but I hope you're going to see this later on when you're free, because it's very 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 important. And as you might have seen, the title of this broadcast is Welcome to the Era of Mental Decadence. Welcome to the Era of Mental Decadence. If you still don't know that we're in the era of mental decadence, I think you should know now, and it's getting worse by the day. You know, to start with, in the days of the colonial masters, when Africans were taken as slaves, they deprived us of one thing. They deprived the blacks of one thing. And do you know what they deprived the blacks of? They deprived them the privilege of reading and writing. They deprived them the privilege of education. They deprived them the privilege of getting knowledge. And do you know why they deprived them of that privilege? Because they know that once they can learn how to read and write, once they can understand how to speak and speak the language they speak, they are going to get their freedom. And the only ones that were able to sneak out to read, to develop themselves and how to read and write, were the ones that fought for the freedom of the blacks. They are the heroes that we're celebrating today. But what do we have nowadays? We have access to education facilities. We have access to information all over the world. The internet is there. And yet, we refuse to be educated. Most especially Nigeria. The level of mental decadence that I am seeing in Nigeria is quite alarming. The level of mental decadence I'm experiencing in Nigeria is alarming. It's almost as if we no longer have brain. There are some simple things that we need to know. If we do not study, if we do not read books, develop ourselves, we're not going to know these things. We're not going to know these things. Thank you, Kuti, for joining. Thank you, Kate, for joining. We're not going to know these things. There's an outcry all over the world. In France, right now, we're celebrating the young guy, who 39-year-old, who just won the presidential election. He was 39, yet he has stuffs up there. We're saying that the youth should take over the government of Nigeria. Where are the youth that want to take over the government? The youth that doesn't know their left from their right. The youth that don't value education, that don't study. The youth that prefer to go do yahoo than to study and to value education. We no longer value education. It's really alarming. And what actually arose this in me, what actually gave me this anger, is the rate at which I'm seeing videos of interviews online on Facebook, most especially Cracks TV and some other TV stations, and they ask people simple question, and the way they answer, it's though it might be funny, but most times it's not funny because it's a serious issue, it's a serious matter. It's nothing to laugh about. There's this particular one I saw, and it's really really alarming. It's really alarming, and I think I want to play for you all to see right now, because I'm here to recover from the shock I got. While listening to this, I'm here to recover from the shock I got. I'm here to recover from the shock.
A female lion is called a lioness. What's a female hyena called?
Hyena.
Yes. What did you say?
Hyena, because hyena is a middle-aged class of the cat family. Yes, sir. Some people will say hyenas, but that's wrong. Hyena, they keep their relationship close. Yes, sir. And hyena has like multiple wives. So hyena is a very good one.
Okay, female hyena is called hyena.
Hyena or Irene. Hyena. Yeah.
Okay, you wanted to say one before.
Irene.
Yeah. Between the Irene and the hyena, which one is the best?
The first wife is hyena.
First wife.
And the second wife is Irene.
Alright.
Yeah, you know, this might be funny, really, but it's not funny, and I refuse to laugh about it because it's a very, very serious matter, and people laugh about it. And the most important thing is that there's so many people that are even watching it, even right now, that even doesn't know the answer to that question. You know, and we the way we are going in Nigeria, I'm actually scared of the future of Nigeria. I'm scared of the future of the country because in the next 10, 20 years, in the next 50 years, the people who are going to be expected to be in government, to be in leadership, are people that don't have understanding, are people that, you know, they don't have this strength, they don't have the mental strength to handle these things. You know, it's quite alarming. It's really, 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 really alarming. The rate of mental decadence, And the most important thing you need to know is that the freedom you seek, the freedom we all need, lies in the pen and the paper. Once you know how to write, once you know how to read, you have your freedom. That is the freedom. And that was why the whites did not want us to get educated. That was why the whites do not want us to study. But right now we have access to this information, and it's almost alarming, the rate of mental decadence that is out there. The rate is so much alarming. It's so much alarming. And we joke about these things. You know, it's funny, we joke about it, but it's very, very serious. Very serious. And that is why the rate of innovation in Nigeria is reducing. We no longer have innovative minds. There was a time I was watching an advert on Facebook. Do you know that the chewing stick that we use, you know, I will call local, some people have rebranded it. They're not Africans. Some white people have rebranded chewing stick. Why? Because they did a research on those sticks, and they saw that these sticks have medicinal value and they can improve the teeth. They packaged it into chewing stick, and they called it something else, and they advertised in it. And I saw another time, charcoal. There's this black substance they used to wash their teeth. You know, most of the local things we develop, most of the local things we use, we just abandon them. We have totally lost focus, and we start consuming the junks that the whites are feeding us. And yet some people smart somewhere are making use of their own natural resources, and they're branding it and they're repackaging it. What is happening to the innovative minds in Nigeria? What is happening to the innovative minds in Africa? Do we still have brain at all? And that is why those who leave Africa to go to, you know, the developed countries, they're doing great stuffs. They're doing, you know, unimaginable things. But what are we doing at home? We laugh about these things. It is not funny. In fact, I'm getting angry day by day. Each time I watch it, I'm annoyed. And I imagine my child watching this kind of video. And I'm asking him what is the female of Ayeni, and he or she is telling me Ainana or Irene. It is very, 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 it's disturbing me, as in it's great disturbance. We do no longer value reading. Now, if you take note, everybody wants to become successful automatically. See, there is no fast track to success. And that is why I was angry with this issue of Blackberry, I mean, is it Blackberry now? Brick Border Nigeria, BB Niger. Because automatically everybody wants to become a star. It's almost like a shortcut to become a star. And the way to become a star is to mess up yourself. Mess up yourself, you know, accept yourself the way you are. You don't have brain, you don't have anything. So I want to use my body, I want to use what I have to make sure that I'm popular. And you know, it's working for them. Everybody, all the finalists are superstars right now. They're using them for adverts, they're using them for movie promos, you know, and they're getting paid. So we encourage mental decadence, and we do not know the government encourages mental decadence. And even we as parents encourage mental decadence. When every day your child comes back from school, he watches TV from 4 to 8, and you say leave them alone. They play game and everything. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. There's time for everything. But we should be mindful of what is entering into the minds of these children. Trend is taking over innovation. Everybody wants to be trending. Everybody wants to do what is trending, and everybody wants to copy the current trend. We no longer think. And when I was checking the global innovation index of Nigeria, the global innovation index, in Africa, not even in the world now, Nigeria is 1, 2, second from below. And we call ourselves the giants of Africa. Our global innovation index is on the negative because we are not adding value to the world. We are not contributing to the economy of the world. We were laughing the other day about Senator Dino, singing this funny song and singing his own version of Ajekun Yanioje, and everybody is laughing about it. That's another sign to show that we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble, and if we do not do anything about it, starting from I and you watching this right now, to take education seriously. By the time we are lazy, when we are lazy to consume information, we are lazy to read, we are lazy to understand what the news is saying, we are lazy to equip ourselves, we are not going to be free. We are going to remain a slave forever. And it's guaranteed. There is no prayer that we're going to pray that is going to save us in Nigeria. There is no fasting that we're going to fast that will save us from liberation. What is going to save you and I from liberation is empowerment. And that empowerment is gotten from education. The education we give ourselves. In the power of books, some people don't even know how to read books. They find it tiring. You can sit down and watch a movie for 2 hours, but it's very difficult for you to read. You are not doing your brain a favor. And I so much appreciate a friend of mine on Facebook, Christian Nonso. Christian Nonso is a mental revivalist. I will call him that, a mental revivalist, because he has seen it and is passionate about it. We need a mental revival. We need a mental revival. Everybody needs a mental revival. That is the only thing that can save Nigeria from the decay that is in the corruption decay. That is why some people will go about, politicians will do things and they walk away because nobody can stand up to them. We are not. Who are the people that want to stand up to them? Is it the people that do Instagram day and night, that do videos that doesn't make sense? Are they the ones that want to stand? That want to stand up to the politicians and take them to court and take them to the judiciary and probe them? Because we are praying for a revolution. We cannot get this revolution when we are sick. Our brain is sick. We need to wake up our brain. Brain drain is a serious issue. And I don't want to keep silent about it. But in the importance of education, I'm not talking about going to school or, okay, you already have your BSc. I'm not the school type. You don't need to go to school before you get educated. Educate yourself. Understand. Be informed. Be informed of what is happening in your field. If what you are doing is makeup, if what you are doing, if you're in the sports industry, thanks, Kuti for joining. Kuti is in the sports industry and he's doing some great stuff nowadays, informing us of the decay that is happening in the sports field. These are the kind of people we need to stand up. And early this morning, he just shared a post that somebody told him to stop. Now that is nonsense. If Nelson Mandela had kept quiet in his days, if Nelson Mandela was not educated in his days, he wasn't going to fight for the freedom of his people. Though he went to jail for it, but now South Africa is better off it. So let us equip ourselves with all of what we need to create a change, to be the change in our own time, to be the change in our generation. And if you're a parent, you're watching this right now, value reading, value study. If your kids does not have time to study, have time to study with them. This is the only way I see that we can get out of this intellectual mess in Nigeria. All the intellects we know of are dying. Wole Soyinka is the guy is a grey head. He's a grey head guy. When he goes, who is going to be the next intellectual in Nigeria? Where the next set of generation that is going to cause an intellectual drive, intellectual wave in Africa? And I tell you, the world gradually they are shifting their focus from Nigeria. Why? Because we have proven to the world that we do not have anything to contribute other than corruption. Because we do not have interest in education. We do not value it again. And it's happening everywhere. When I advertised this post on Thursday or Friday, day before yesterday, a friend of mine called me, read one. And if you're watching right now, I know you're not here, but next time if you watch it later on, I really appreciate that call. And he called me, he said, this topic is very, very, very important. Very important topic because everybody in any community wants to make it fast. Everybody wants to do yahoo. You finish your secondary school, the next thing is how to get money. And it's a pain. It's a pain in my heart. Because, the funniest thing is that the parents support these children. You don't know where your kids are getting money from. You don't want to know how they're getting money. You just want them to bring that money home. You're killing them. You're destroying not only their future, you're destroying the future of your generation. You're destroying the future because it's going to have a ripple effect in the society. It's going to have a ripple effect in the community. You want them to go ahead and start making money, duping the people, what we call yahoo, and they get the money at the end of the day. When they get caught, you start crying and you think that the world is against you. Let us value education. That is the freedom. Ben Carson that we know of today, we knew how his mother trained him off. His mother trained them, to spend their life in the library. They come back from school, no TV, no television, only on weekends they're allowed to watch television because the television is not going to add value to anybody. On a truthful note, the television is adding no value to my life. Whatever it's doing is taken away from me. Because the time I'm supposed to be using to think, the time I'm supposed to use to develop things, to think about how to solve a problem in my world, I'm watching TV. We're talking about Ben Carson today because he took his life seriously. He valued education. And that education is what led him to be the first, not the first black man, to be the first man in the history of medicine to separate the Siamese twins, to separate the twins that their heads are conjoined together. If he didn't get that power, if he didn't get that empowerment, how will he get the wisdom? How will he get the innovation? Do you think that he was the only one that went to medical school? Everybody went to medical school. His friends that are whites went to medical school. His friends that are blacks went to medical school. His friends that are Mexicans went to medical school. I'm sure there might be more than 50 that went to the same medical school that he went to. But he was the only one that was able to think about a solution that is going to change the history of medicine in his generation, not just in his generation, in generations after. He was able to do what no man has ever done before. And he didn't read it anywhere. It was because he got the fundamental education. He was able to inspire himself to have the idea to separate the Siamese twins. And right now, if you don't know, that means you are not even paying attention to news. There's a Nigerian man in the US, whether in the US or UK, I don't know, I think it's in the US, who was able to operate on the baby, a sick baby in the mother's womb. He removed it out of the mother's womb, operated on the baby and kept it back. That is groundbreaking innovation. Groundbreaking. They don't teach them that kind of thing in the medical school. He took a risk and he applied all the knowledge he has gotten. The knowledge he got from medical school, he applied it and said, no, if I do this way, it's going. That is innovation. That is invention. The people that invent the things we are using today, they are not witches. This Facebook Live we are using right now, it is not witchcraft. It is technology. It is not witchcraft, for God's sake. It is technology. You apply the principle, you apply the knowledge you've gotten from all this, from technology, you're going to create something. Let us be creative. Let us be creative. Each time I see all these kind of videos, it might be funny, but most times I cry inside. I cry inside because I know that it's going to be, it's not long that we're going to suffer from it. Very soon we're going to suffer from it as a nation, as a nation. Common things that we do not know. Imagine asking somebody where is the medulla oblongata located. In fact, the last time I heard of the medulla oblongata, I think was when I was in my primary school, and I still know where it is till today. I still know, and some people are saying it is in the stomach region. Now, these people are really doing a good job. This Cracks TV, Hip TV, they are doing a good job. Why? Do you know the good job they're doing? They're telling us that there is brain drain in the society, and people are not paying attention. They're trying to tell us that there is mental decay, that the rate of mental decadence in Nigeria is alarming, is high. And some people do not know how to spell cucumber. Some people do not know where the medulla oblongata is located. It's a serious issue, and it's a serious issue. So I'm calling out to you all guys who are passionate about creating a change. Do not stop because of anybody. I'm calling out to you people. Let us promote mental capacity in all aspects. Let us promote mental build-up. Let us promote it in our community, in our society. Let us not be part of it. Let us not be part of it. It's so alarming. It's so alarming, and it's so alarming. And we do not know it. We are heading into a serious disaster as a nation. We are heading into a serious disaster as a nation. If all the leaders that we have, I'm telling you, 99% of our leaders are not educated. They might go to school, but they are not educated. They are not educated. The ordeal of Dino Malaya should tell us, should actually explain the kind of mess we are in. And we need to stand up. We need to stand up. Especially those of us who are young, are still young. In the next 20 years, in the next 20, 30 years, we are going to have the power to change Nigeria. We're going to have the power to detect what is going to happen in the country. And you won't get that power by just sitting down and watching. You get that power by empowering yourself, getting education, studying, reading. It's not only academic stuff you read. Read about the news. There are so many things happening in the world. Read about what is happening in Syria. Read about what is happening in North Korea, what is happening in the US, and start thinking of how this will affect your future, how this will affect the future of Nigeria, how this will affect the future of your kids. Let us be informed. Be informed of what is happening around you. Be informed in your skill. If you have a profession, study in that profession. Know everything about it. It's like many of us are in Nigeria and really we're not interested in developing Nigeria. We don't want to know what is in the news. You need to know what is in the news. We need to know. It's no longer an option that we have. It's a necessity. It is a necessity. It is a necessity. And that is why most of us are afraid of government, because we do not understand. We don't understand what the legislation says. We don't understand what the paper says. We don't read. And that is why an ordinary policeman can harass anybody in Nigeria, anywhere, because we don't know. They themselves, they don't know. They don't know that they shouldn't do some things. But because we also don't know, ignorance is a disease. Ignorance is a disease. And I'm begging us, if we really want and desire, an enviable future, if Nigeria wants to be an enviable nation, if we want to be proud of Nigeria, if we want to be a proud Nigerian everywhere we go, we need to embrace mental education. We need to educate ourselves mentally. We are mentally decapacitated. We don't have the mental strength to contribute to the world. So please, friends out there, I know this is a Saturday and this might be a very, very harsh, it's going to be a very harsh broadcast, and I'm saying this with pain in my heart. Because you need to see how all these things are representing Africa, Nigeria in a very negative image. We think that the world is not listening. And the funniest thing is that we don't understand what the social media is all about. We put anything on social media. We expose ourselves on social media. We think that it's only in Nigeria that we're using social media. Everywhere in the world are seeing it. And it's affecting the way the world is seeing us. We are presenting ourselves as people that no longer have brain. And that is, if you don't know, the whites in their room, they'll be laughing at us that we said that these people are animals. That these people are animals. They called us gorillas, and yet we are behaving like gorillas. They called us monkeys. We are behaving like monkeys because we are not developing ourselves intellectually. If we develop ourselves intellectually, there won't be any problem of racism. There won't be any problem of racism. If you have a solution to a problem, they don't want to know whether you're white or you're black or you're green. So long as you have a solution, we are welcoming. So the only thing that will make us break barriers, that will make us break the walls, that we thought that the whites have built, preventing us from getting access to what they know, is education. Once we're educated, once we're innovative, rather than even us going to meet them, they will come and meet us. When I saw the whites, the people that rebranded this chewing stick that we used to use in the olden days, I never even used it for once in my life. Now they're rebranding it. I saw a Facebook advert with chewing sticks. They rebranded chewing stick and they are selling it. They are packaging it. Because they know that the brush they are using, the toothpaste, is even harming their teeth. And they're recommending it medically. What are we doing to our own indigenous, solutions, our medicines? The last conference I attended, the Nigeria Diaspora Conference, which I met, several innovative guys in Nigeria. A lady approached me. She's doing her master's in UK. She's doing industrial chemistry or biochemistry, I think. And she said a statement that shocked me. She said that all what they're teaching them in the university is actually the same thing they're teaching them in Nigeria. But there's a problem that all the textbooks and all the lecture materials that they are using to teach them in Nigeria are gotten from England. They are foreign books. When we have failed to develop our own solution, we have failed to develop our own research. The babalawos that we call dirty, they are doing research, they are doing innovative stuff. They'll say mix this together, mix this together. They mix herbs. They call them herbalists. Okay? Now the word herbalist is not demonic in a sense. Herbalists are people that use herbal solutions to solve problem, whether physically or spiritually. Now, you might not like this spiritual part, but the physical part, they are solving the problem. And she made a statement, she told me something. This is a biochemist, and she's doing a master's. She said that agbo that we make in Nigeria, the herbal solution for malaria, that if we use it once, you just need to take 1 cup, and you'll be okay that day. Why can't we innovate and rebrand it and make it into something that the whites will even be buying, that we can export to other African countries? Rather, we are using the complex malaria drugs that they are sending to us. It's so alarming. When we are so blessed and yet we are cursed. We are sitting in the abundance of plenty, but because we are blind, not with our eyes, but we are blind mentally, we cannot see the resources. It's not just only oil that God has blessed Nigeria with. God has blessed Nigeria with so many things that people are yet to discover. People are yet to discover. There are still lots of discoveries that still need to be made in Nigeria. If you don't know, just give the whites a little opportunity to step into your terrain. They're going to bring out things, treasures from nowhere. Not just oil. You think that oil is the only thing that is happening. You see what Elon Musk is doing with electric cars, with Solar City. They are revolutionizing the world. This guy, I'm scared of this guy, Elon Musk. In fact, I wish I can take his brain and put him in my head. I've been doing a serious research on him lately. Elon Musk is the definition of what a man should be. A man is a god. When God said, I have created it, that ye are gods on the earth, to dominate the earth, that is what Elon Musk is doing. He's creating solutions. He's thinking far. He's thinking far. Now he has created Tesla Motors. He's creating SpaceX. In the next few years, they have plans to dominate Mars, because they are foretold that this year our time on Earth is expiring. So they are looking for another opportunity to go and invade another planet. Can you imagine? That is what we should be doing in Nigeria, in Africa. Rather than embracing all these things. If we do this, and when we develop ourselves, we do our own research, the whites are going to be coming to Africa rather than us going to go and meet them. Because they are also looking for answers. So let us do our part. It's a painful thing. I know I'm really speaking from my heart right now. I'm really sorry about my delivery today. It's so annoying and I can't hide it. Thank you very much, Bode. Thank you very much for coming on, brother. Olabode is my brother from another mother, and this guy is an asset. He's one of the people I know that is going to change the future of Nigeria, right? And we're going to change it together, really. We are going to do it together. So please let us come out. Today is Saturday. If you have not set out a mental development plan for yourself, please go do that after this broadcast. Go do that after this broadcast. List out the things you need to know. Even if it is a simple thing that you want to add to yourself today, add it to yourself. Do research. Learn about what is happening in France. Learn about what is happening in England. Learn about what is happening in US. Equip yourself. When you speak, people will listen to you. They're going to listen to you that this one has something. And you're not doing magical. You're not doing any special thing. What you are doing is just to understand what is happening. How can so many things be happening around us and yet we are still lost? We are lost. And you ask a senator in Nigeria to give you the list of minerals in Nigeria, and it's calling Coke, Fanta, and Sprite. This happened a long time ago. And do you know that so many ministers and senators do not know the list of mineral resources we have in Nigeria? They don't. Till now. So all these videos that the Cracks TV and Ip TV are doing is a good one, because it's letting us know where we need to focus our attention on. There is trouble, and there's serious trouble. There's serious trouble in Nigeria. if we do not do anything concerning our brain, we need to have a mental revival. And I read a post. So somebody sent me a friend request today, and I accepted a friend request because I saw this post on his wall. And the post says that until the number of churches or until the number of industries in Nigeria becomes more than the number of churches, we will never have the revolution that we are praying for. Until the number of industries, until industries, companies, ideas start springing up more than churches. You know, we have churches springing up everywhere, but churches have never helped anybody. We are just putting our offering there, putting our tithe there, and we go on Sunday in a small shop, in a small space, you will see a church. Until businesses start acting like that, and industry starts coming up more than church, until the ratio of the industries to church is high. The industries are more than the churches. We won't have that revolution we are praying for. We won't have that that revival. So the revival we need is a mental revival. We have been doing spiritual revival for so long. Let us equip ourselves to have a mental revival. Educate ourselves. See, when you speak, they will think that you are doing something else, or you are just exceptional. There is no exceptional being. Elon Musk is not exceptional. Mark Zuckerberg is not exceptional. Bill Gates is not exceptional. They were only able to think what other people were not thinking. When other people were thinking about consuming, about doing things, they were thinking something else. Thank you, Bode, for that contribution. And some of you might not know, but I, together with a group, some of my friends, Bode inclusive, who is commenting right now, we run an NGO called CodeSpark Foundation, CodeSpark Nigeria, and we are doing our home parts to solve the problem of mental decadence in the era of technology in Nigeria, and God has been helping us so far. So we need volunteers. We need volunteers. The next phase of our goal is to have code clubs in all schools in Nigeria. So right now we want to start with 3 schools. We want to start from there. And God helping us, we want this code club to be in all schools, because there was a time there was jet club in schools. There was science clubs. But that is no more. Those things are dead. No more jet club. In those days, I will be excited to go to jet club because students will come out with things they invent. But right now, we want to rebrand that jet club to code club. And we know that if we are doing this, if all schools in Nigeria, one day in a week, they are thinking about how to create something with codes, with programming languages, with HTML, CSS, and stuff, because that is my field, that is my area of specialization, and I'm a software developer. Let me do that. And I think if I can do that when I go to heaven, God is going to be happy about, and He's going to know that I spend my time well. So please, we need volunteers. If you think that you have anything to contribute in any way, whether in your skill, your time, or your money, whatever, please do not hesitate to get back to me after this broadcast, and we can see what we can do for Nigeria. We cannot abandon Nigeria, no matter where we are, no matter what we do. That is our home, and we need to do what we can do while we're still alive. So thank you very much for your time, guys. I really do hope that I've been able to pass this message, and I really hope that I've been able to do my part to awaken a mental revival in our lives. We need a mental revival. If you can go for night vigil and start and pray that you want God to equip you, pray for yourself. God, give me the strength to read. Read. Reading is important. It's for your brain. It is for your future. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, and Olabode, you can see his comment there. You can send an email to info@codespark.ng. There's no .ng there. info@codespark.ng to indicate your interest. And we're gonna get back to you speedily. We are having a lot of things set up for the year. So thank you guys for joining in, and please, I want you to share this video. Please, I want you to share this video. If you think that what we are talking about is worth sharing, is worth hearing, please share. Please share, and your comment is well appreciated. Please share. Thank you very much, guys. I think I need to cool off and relax. You guys should have a lovely day ahead, and for those of us going to church tomorrow, those of us Christians, have a nice time in God's presence. And while you are worshiping God in God's presence, ask Him for strength to awaken your brain. Okay? Ask Him for mental revival. Ask Him. I used to tell my friends something. I I used to tell them some things. The only difference between me and you, the only difference between you and anybody is what you know and what they don't know. What they know and what you don't know. So what makes you higher than somebody else? It's not your age, so to say. It's not your degree. It's not your BSc or your MSc or your PhD. It's the knowledge you have, the information you have, what you know, and this person does not know. That is what separates us. And that is what determines the level we are in the pedestal of life. Knowledge. And the word of God said it. It said that I beseech you all, brethren, that in all they are getting, get that knowledge is the principal thing. In all you're getting, get understanding. Knowledge can save us. Knowledge is knowledge that helped us to have a cure for malaria. Knowledge is very important. So let us go and get knowledge with everything we have, and please let us share this video. Thank you guys for coming on board, and I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me. All of you that has joined in, all those people that came in and left, Kuti, Gatuso, thank you, Katie Dinofit, Franklin, my programmer friend, please, you need to join up with Coach Spark, and let's see what we can do for Nigeria. Thank you, Victoria, for joining. Thank you, Oluwatobi Adesoya. Thank you, Pastor Chooks. Thank you, Uchenna David. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. And God bless you guys. Have a great day ahead. Bye. Cheers.